All right, guys, listen. Mentorship, it's happening right now. So we're doing success and failure stories, and I got my past mentorship students here. By the way, I love that you guys come back. So thank you for that. That's why it's free for a reason. Imagine I said no, every time a $500 extra, $1,000 extra, I wouldn't get to see you. I like seeing you people. So that's my real excuse about letting you come for free. Even though it's good for you, my excuse is I want to see you. Like I get the biggest smile when I see Mark Wahlberg over here. But for the new kids, listen up very carefully. Like I said, take notes, ask questions. Because watch this. Let's start it. Tomas, how many classes have you been to?
This is my second.
Eugene?
Second.
Sean?
About 6.
Damn. Jay?
Second. Third.
Boom. So they already are ahead. By the way, the new class, how many who's coming back in November? It's free, by the way. Who's coming back in November? Hands up. You can? So boom. Who's coming in January? No, February. December. It's free. December live trading. Oh, sorry, December live trading. Boom. There you go. Link is in the secret Instagram, the highlights. So point is, I can't wait to see you guys again. But these are the stories you want to hear. Let's rock and roll. We're going to start with Tomas. So here's the question for you boys. I know Tony's going to want me to tell him 10 times. So I got you, Tony. But this is the questions. Again, this is not for me. You're not talking to me. You're talking to me now, but it's really for them. What is something you struggled prior to meeting me, knowing me, learning from me, to how are things now? And speak freely. Always speak freely. Cool? Tomas, start us off.
Oh, man. There could be a lot of things.
Go for it. Speak freely.
But I think for me, a lot of things, I mean, it's just from the way I do analysis to my confidence in the game. Because before I met you, it was all just what I learned from online, through my own research. It was never somebody telling that I knew was successful with the strategy, telling me, okay, this is exactly how I do it. This is how it should look like somewhat to you, right? Obviously,
so I'm assuming just YouTube videos, random traders?
Videos, and then it was signals as well, and trying to understand how they put it all together. But I didn't know any better at the time.
Of course.
You know, I didn't
how old
know
are you
any
again?
better. At this point, I was like 21.
21. Okay, that's normal. Okay.
Yeah. I didn't know anything about the stock market. I just knew I wanted to invest my money in something because it wasn't going to grow just sitting there on its own.
Correct.
So yeah, just started looking, and then after you, I mean, you know, kind of how I told Steven, right? It's you know, now like maybe I'm not making a whole ton of money, but I have a plan every time I'm in there. I know why I'm getting in. I can tell you why. I can tell you, you know, what I'm going to do. If it goes for or against me, every time I have a plan, and that gives me a lot of confidence. Whether it's maybe right now it's not going so great because I'm getting my XP point right now. I'm in part of the journey where it's all about XP points for me right now.
What are you trading?
Right now, just blue chips, Mara specifically.
Mara, okay.
Yeah.
Mara, have you jumped into the futures yet? Nothing?
I'm like paper traded this last week.
Yeah.
I paper traded it.
And?
So I'm excited to do it.
You ready? You got money in it? You ready for tomorrow?
Yeah. Well, I'm waiting for money to get into it, but I transferred it. I don't think it's in there yet.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
But yeah, I have some questions for you.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
I should wait till tomorrow.
Of course.
But yeah, after you, like I said, it was just the confidence of having a plan every time I'm in.
So your biggest obstacle was you didn't have a plan.
I didn't have a plan I could trust all the time, or really understood or explained to you why I'm in. Like if you
We should have wrote this down, folks. Again, his obstacle, his biggest issue, not having a plan, not knowing it. And I already gave you that with my second book, The Consistent Trader's Journal and Checklist. You already have it for free on the secret Instagram. That literally, I love that second book I made. So you should be, again, you have it. It's not coming out till January 1st, 2025. You have it already. Print it out and use it. It's for free. What is something now, after this is your second one, right? What is something that you want to build up on or get better at or improve on, whatever?
So this is what I think, and it could be something else.
Go.
Right? I think I need to improve on my entries. I think, and then I think I also need to improve on exiting without. I'm too much of a perfectionist. I can
Stop.
still-
That needs to die off. This is the biggest issue, and me too. I killed him, this version of me years ago. I was the definition of a perfectionist. I'm literally and that is the worst thing for a trader. Perfect example. My live trading video, you watched the Friday one? You saw how I inversed it? the version of me would have never invested. I'm not wrong. I'm right. I'm staying in this thing. Who noticed who watched the end of the live trading video? The end and what happened at the end. Who noticed? Who saw that? That up and down move.
Yeah.
It hit the stop loss and it went whoosh. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. That needs to die. Continue.
Yeah. No, for me, so I think it's my entries. It could be something more psychological than I think it is, but so we'll see. I wanted to ask about it, but we'll ask tomorrow when we're doing levels.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, again, I'm a perfectionist. I always, I'm like, if it's not level to level, I'm just gonna play it to the plan, right? But I think there are times now where like, I'm starting to read the candles a little bit better, and I'm like, maybe, it's like halfway through, and I'm like, maybe now's a good time to take profits. And instead of hitting my full 20 to 30 cents, it's more like, okay, well, today's just gonna be 5 to 10 cents. Take your wins, and I've noticed that I'll think about it, but I don't, and that's the just hit sell moment, because then it goes against you.
Yeah.
So just starting to catch things like that a little bit.
I love what he just said. He's starting to catch it. See what I'm saying? In progression. One of my mentorship students said to me, Professor, the first time, Team Nebraska, if anyone's seen the whole team, Chris Figueroa's family from Team Nebraska, he goes to me, my first time I was there, I was lost and confused. The second time I was there, it all made sense to me. Literally. He's like, when I was there, because he was like new, knows zero. Like Matthew came, knows zero, no. Same. He's like, I was so lost. I'm like, what the hell is this man talking about? 3 days. He's like, I got to come back again. And it all clicked for him the second time he came back. Appreciate it, Tomas. Eugene.
All right, so I was military for 10 years. When I was getting out, I figured I need to find what I'm going to do. I wanted something that is going to be in line with investing because I didn't want to go into the traditional 9 to 5. I started looking into real estate, then I ended up trading stocks. So I went through an options program. I
love this story.
It was like a 6-month mentorship. They did a great job. They taught everything super well. That was geared more towards like the conventional 9 to 5 employee, where it was swing trading 20 to 40 days. So you would come home, after work, well, most people, and you would look at your typical movement for the day, and then you'd plan your trade for the next day, but it took time. It's very different, obviously, from professors' scalp trading. So I learned to read charts and trade options in that method, but I felt like I was kind of just sitting on my hands a lot of the time waiting, and I wanted to do something more interactive. If I'm going to replace a 9 to 5, I don't want to take a trade and sit there for 20 days waiting for nothing to happen.
Me too. I'm the same.
So I figured, I came across the professor a year and a half ago, and after a couple months of watching him, I decided to come to the mentorship because he was getting these levels things down. I was like, when I try to day trade, my levels don't work the way his do, and he's doing something that I don't necessarily understand.
You're talking about when I hate doing these videos, but that morning, here's my level, and they hit to the cent, that video?
Yeah, like the day prior, he'd be like, it's going to do this, and if it hits here, then it's going to go there. And then the next day I would look, I'm like, well, if he can get it right consistently, then he knows something that maybe I'm not doing. So I figured, let me come to the mentorship and see what he's doing. I think I experienced something that most traders do, and trading is a game that takes a lot of conviction. I got into trading options at the end of 2019.
Jesus.
So it was 3 or 4 months of almost doubling my account every month. I started with a $5,000 account, and it was like euphoric to the point where I was like, oh, this is so easy. I'm doing so well.
Pause, Eugene. By the way, none of you are doing options, but the same thing he's saying works for futures, right or wrong?
Absolutely.
Works the same way. Folks, who watched, it's on the secret Instagram. The first day I sat there, I told you, right? Who watched the video where I put in $1,000? Hands up, you saw the video on the secret Instagram. I turned 1,000 into what in one day? What was it, 2,300? I don't want to be wrong. 2,000 something. More than 100%. I think it's, can someone check the secret Instagram? Check it for me. It's a reel in the secret Instagram. I think it was 2,300, but I don't want to say wrong things. I want to make sure I'm telling the truth. You're more than doubled. I think it was 140, 130 or 140%. And I'm sitting there, you see my voice, right? Where was Tony? Tony said, Tony's like, damn, Professor. I'm not going to say what he said to JB. We're on camera. He said something. But point being, $1,000 into 2,300 or 400, literally in maybe an hour or two, and back to back, I was sitting there in the studio. I'm like, let me play with this. It's the same. I didn't strategy change. It's level to level. Excuse me, level to level. Everything is on the secret Instagram. You see it. Do you see what I'm saying? So what he's saying is the same with futures. Literally the same. Continue. 2,500. 1,500. So I made 150% on it. And it was literally like this. And I was sitting there, again, you hear my voice, excitement like a little child. And because I'm going, it's just 1,000. How did my 1,000 become options? No decay? It's beautiful. See how excited he is? Futures has the same potential, minus the decay. Eugene.
Yeah, I think what I'm going to say is especially important to today, because when I say it takes a lot of conviction, I mean, everybody I know that wanted to be a trader, most of them don't really trade anymore, but
why?
You experience this thing where you get overconfident and then you get burned.
Yep.
And when you get burned and it shoots your confidence down, it becomes really difficult to get back into it and trade by the system, right? So I think the most important thing, and Professor's going to give you like 90% of it, is a trading plan, right? So
90%, I gave you my trading plan.
Well, yeah.
100%.
Everyone's
But you
got
can't
a
get his
little-
XP points.
Oh, the XP. Oh, sorry.
that kinda, you
Sorry,
know,
you're right.
Yeah,
Sorry.
so you got to find a little bit of what's your own and then take the system and apply it. But once you get that plan and you see that it works, stick to that plan no matter what. Because, like I was saying, I was doing really, really well in options for the first 3-4 months. And then COVID happened. And we saw the market when that happened. And it just went boom really quick. And I wiped out like 3 months of profits in a week. And luckily, I didn't lose all of my...
All of you, listen up. Write this down. When that will happen to you. New traders who don't have a mentor, I'm telling you right now, I've got the DMs, I can show it to you. My new traders kill it. They do, meaning they haven't been infected with the venom. They do so well, and then they screw up because they like, I figured out the formula, Professor. Take the money out your accounts. Write this down. Every Friday, give yourself a paycheck. Click transfer, put it back in your account, but you have to spend it. But I want to double, triple my account. Shut up. Shut up. I'm telling you what to do. Why are we arguing with me? Like, I don't know why anybody would argue with me. I'm literally giving you the formula that makes me money. I make a little bit. So point being, take it out. That way, there's no way to lose it. Just take it out. This confidence goes to your head. He's right. New traders, it's going to go to your head. You're going to kill it. You're going to kill it. And the beautiful thing is the election's coming around. Oh, I'm not getting banned. Never mind. I'm not getting banned on YouTube. I'm not getting banned on YouTube. TikTok, take that away from me. Never mind. I'm not going into this. I already got in trouble with TikTok for talking about the election. I ain't saying nothing about the election anymore. So, Eugene.
There's a possibility it's going to be volatile, right? And in those kind of periods of volatility is also the best time to lose a lot of money. So that's what happened with me. The COVID market crushed my account. I lost a lot of that confidence, and I know I was like super overconfident, so it was on me. But I had to step back, and it took me like a year to get back into trading. So there's a period of time, and that's why I say you have to have the conviction, because there's going to be, like he was saying, you got to gather this XP, right? There's going to be times where you're going to be like, okay, I made a mistake, you know, maybe you're not as confident anymore, you kind of got to get back with the plan. It's going to be back and forth. It's going to be tough. It's not, it might seem easy at times, but it's not going to be easy until you get good enough and used to trading specifically that plan that you know you're not going to deviate from it, even subconsciously. And yeah, once it becomes like second nature, then you can do it routinely. So, I mean, I think going on like year 4, and now since mentorship was January, February, I don't even remember. I've taken a lot of what he's taught us and applied it to my trading. So I still trade options, but with most of what you taught. And now I'm really looking forward to the futures, because I like the leveraged trading. I don't want to put 100 grand into a trade to make 2,000 or 3,000.
Yeah, I know.
I want to be able to put in 2,000 or 3,000 and make 2,000 or 3,000. So yeah, I'm excited for that. But
What is the biggest thing you could tell the new traders, Eugene?
It's the mindset, man. It's
Today?
the first, I want to say it takes like a year. Like
I disagree with that. It depends how much you want to push yourself. Because I'm telling you, as long as I've been doing this, every time I get a new trader who's new and I'm the only one, they kill it. They just destroy the market with how much they come in. And what gets to them is what you said. And I tell them, let's see who knows me well. When you're killing the market and you're just making money, trade after trade, what are you supposed to do? What have I taught you? Take a break. Stop trading for a week or two. Stop it. I've had students hit me up. They'll send me the P&L professor. Oh my God, I know what you're going to, like I told you, they'll ask for advice, but they'll answer their own advice. What am I going to do? Look at how much I'm making. Oh, let me take off for a week. I said, yep, you got it. That's it. So I think that every one of you is on your own playing field, your own level of your life in your game. Some might take a year. Some might take a week. You guys might just kill it Monday morning and Tuesday and Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I'm just being honest from what I've seen. Again, doing this long enough.
Yeah.
So it depends.
Well, when I say it takes time, I don't mean it takes time to learn how to trade, right? You can teach us this, and in a week we could be doing it.
Valid.
But I think it takes time to develop the right mindset and really solidify it to where it's subconscious rather than trying to say, oh, well, I need to get out. You just need to want to get out naturally because you're so used to doing it the right way. Welcome.
What's up, Junior? Good to see you. Guys, this is Junior.
Junior.
What number is this mentorship now?
11, 12.
No.
It's
Shut
more
up,
than
12.
Like
Shut up, 12. You're at like 16.
To be honest, I'm scared. Like,
I know. So this is Junior. He's been with me since day one. Original. Got right here. Well, so we're doing. You want to pull up? We'll talk. Go sit with them. We'll talk. Continue, Eugene. Yeah, Eugene. Sorry.
Yeah, so I think when I say it takes like a year, it's more of developing that mindset. You know, even me now trading for like 3-4 years, there's times where I'll still over leverage a little bit and I'll lose a little bit more than I planned. And then that mindset kicks in. It's like, damn, I wasn't supposed to lose that much. Now I'm trying to chase it. And I'm at a point where I'm like, okay, I've made this mistake before, so I can step back and kind of correct myself. But I've made that mistake 5, 6, 10 times. I don't know. So it takes a while to actually like encounter those kind of scenarios, because you will encounter them when you take losses, right? And not let it affect you emotionally or let it affect your confidence. I think that just takes some experience in getting used to trading.
Valid. I agree.
That's for me, it took about 1.5 years. I would hope that for them it's less.
Less. I agree. You know, it's interesting what he said because he's right. And this is now I'm going into neuroscience. I guess I'm going deep right now. I'll give you the secrets. Your body, your brain, protects you from trauma. You should be writing this down. Your brain protects you from trauma. What is traumatic? Losing that money, right? Over leveraging, oh my God, lost that money. So when time progresses, you forgot that you did that. And you do it again. Time progresses, you forgot that you did that. You do it again. This is why you have to do what I told you to do earlier today. Medina, your hand is up? Yeah, you can ask questions. I said that.
I think it's actually the book that you recommend, the Mark Douglas, Trading in the Zone.
Yeah, link in the bio.
Literally says the exact same thing that we're saying. That
I've read it, yeah.
Trauma, it literally creates a negative connotation to trading itself and is why you continue the inconsistent trades.
Correct.
It's because of that trauma that isn't able to fully release.
Correct.
Yeah, I love that.
Thank you. Anything else, Eugene? That was it?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, figuring out your vices and, you know, today especially is very important, specifically to those kinds of encounters, to those kinds of moments.
If you could wipe out any day, which day would you wipe out of the 3-day mentorship? Meaning wipe out, meaning if I decide to not do it, do it. Which day would you want to wipe out?
Oof.
I know they're all three important, so I'm going to
That's
see.
tough 'cause they're all
I
very
know.
important.
But which one would you wipe out?
Personally,
Yeah?
I would wipe out day one for one reason.
This day? He just said it's the most important day.
For one reason.
What? Go ahead.
I feel like you can take the most important lessons from today and apply them on day 2 and day 3 and combine it all.
No, but what did I just say? You have to wipe out one of the days, though. You can't be combining days.
Oh, you mean you don't want to teach it at all?
Yeah.
I mean, that's an impossible choice because
You have to
because on
answer
day
it.
1 you understand the mindset, and on day 2 you're
He
learning
just
how to
answered
trade.
that
So
for me.
If you don't know the mindset, you're not going to trade well. And if you don't know how to trade, the mindset doesn't matter. So they're both important.
100%. You answered it. You can't be answered.
Yeah,
It's a paradox.
Yeah, all
You know,
three are important.
one of the students said to me, he goes, Professor, when I took the first day, I was so pissed at you. I said, this is what I signed up for. And the third day, he said it all made sense to me. He's like, I was so angry at you at the first day. I'm like, damn this guy. But the third day, he said it literally all made sense. Because when we live traded and it hit exactly, I didn't want to hit sell. Because for those of you, you'll see, I'll be yelling. Well, I don't think I yell. I'm just a loud guy. I'm going to be like, sell! Everyone get out the position! That made him say, okay, I'm going to sell. The man's yelling at me right now. I'm going to hit sell. He goes, I didn't want to get out. Because I was like, it's going to go more. Right or wrong? That, you need that person in your life. How many of you, when you trade or whatever, trading related, I pop into your head, a little version of me pops in. Hands up.
If it did, I do well.
Brittany, what does he say? What?
If it did, I do well, but I don't.
What is it? What am I saying to you in your brain? Hey! Sam,
Same thing.
that's what I want. I ultimately wanted that. Thank you, Eugene.
I will say that live trading day during the mentorship in February. After
No,
we,
not I didn't have a class in February. You mean January?
January.
Yeah, I didn't have it in February.
yeah, so
Yeah, you're on the videos. You know that, right?
Yeah.
You're in all the videos.
there was a unique situation, I think, where you were asking just that. We took the trades, and Professor was like, "How did it feel?" Right? And a lot of people were like, "Oh, I wanted to stay in. I saw it was going up, and we were correct, so we wanted to make more." And I was sitting there thinking, like, I don't know if it's because I've already been trading for a few years, but I couldn't wait to get the heck out of that trade. For me, it's like once it hits that level, I lock in my profits. I'm done. That's it. I got my money. I'm sitting there waiting, like, hit the line, hit the line, hit the line so I can get out, right? Once it hits that line, I'm out, I'm happy. And I think that's the mindset you guys got to develop before you even get into trading, where just hit sell, right? You want to get to that point where you hit that level and get out of the trade, because getting out with the profit is more exciting than sitting there and thinking about how high could it go. It doesn't matter.
If one
It
thing
can go forever, but you don't have the money. Once you hit that sell button, you have the money. So
if one thing I can tell you what Eugene is trying to say is what you truly need to understand. And it's this. A lot of us are contaminated with the 9-to-5 mindset, which is fine. It's humanity. You know what you're ultimately doing? When you get into this trade, let's just say, we're just talking hypotheticals. When you get into this trade in a 9-to-5 mindset, what are you doing here? Very good. You punched in. And what do you do at the next level? You clock out. Last time Diaz, what do you do? What's your job? Paralegal. How many hours do you stay there? Say sorry? Okay. Do you enjoy staying there for maybe 5 more hours? Why not? You get more money, no? OT? No, let's say you got OT. Would you want to stay for 5 more hours OT? Why not?
I don't want to be there.
Why not?
I don't want to be at work, really,
Is there a reason?
because I don't like having a boss.
Boom. I like that. Write that down. Who else? Give me something. Rod, what do you do in New Zealand?
Detail boats.
A what?
Detail boats.
You detail boats. Okay, cool. Well, the New Zealand accent. Yeah, the New Zealand accent. Okay, you detail boats.
Yeah.
Cool. How many hours a day?
It
Damn, I want to see pictures of that. New Zealand is beautiful. I wonder what that looks like. Go.
Yeah, it varies because I work for myself.
Okay.
So sometimes if I get a bit tired, I've had enough, I'll go.
Roughly how many hours?
6 to 8.
Why not 15 hours?
I'll be dead. Too
You'll be
hard.
dead, exactly.
Yeah, too hard.
One more person who wants to give it to me. Steve, what do you do?
I'm a senior manager for Verizon.
How many hours you work a day?
Honestly,
Well, you're a manager. I know managers work crazy hours. I already know.
well, there are times where I could put in easily 60 hours.
No, a day.
Oh, a day?
Day, Steve.
Yeah, like 14, 16 on my worst, right, when I'm busy.
Well, he's a manager. That's, I understand. Well, okay, well, do you want to stay there for like 19, 20 hours?
We'll never-
Why not?
No,
Why?
because it's just a waste of my time and effort, and always having to answer to somebody else.
But you get more money. Why not?
No, to me, it's not fulfilling.
Stop right there. Do you see what I'm saying here? What the hell is wrong with some of you? You're literally answering your own questions, your problems that you have. But yet, I love what Eugene said. Everyone else he's right, in that class, in every class, during the live training day. Let's stay longer. Come on, professor. Again, professor. No. Well, last time I checked, you came because you heard me say 3 words that really resonated with you. What are the 3 words? But you want to stay in? This is the point. You punch in, you punch out. Go live your life. Go live your life. Like, for example, with December live training, we're live training the whole week except Christmas, right? I'm taking them to Wall Street, God willing. One of them wants to sign up, messaged me, goes, can we just, it's 9 to 12. Can we trade 9 to 12 the whole time? I said, no. We take 1 to 3 good trades and we're going, that's it, we're done. But, that's the rules. I'm not the person to sit there for 3 hours. Who saw my live trading on YouTube that I did a few months ago? Hands up, you saw that. Those 2 to 3 hours I was sitting there doing that. Only a few of you? Ronnie, what did you think?
You're miserable.
I was... How you know?
Because I've been watching.
I was 3 hours... Huh?
You start singing.
I started singing. Go watch it. It's the playlist on YouTube. I live traded the whole week on YouTube. It was horrific. Sitting there for 2... Doing a regular 8 p.m. live, I enjoy those. Those are fun with you guys, interactive, showing you how to make your own. But sitting, I was miserable. Hands up, you like to make your 9 to 5 weekly paycheck in less than 30 minutes. Hands up. So then, why do you want more? When almost everyone's hand went up. That's all I do. That's all I don't do anything else. So how dare some of you say, like Eugene said, can we stay longer? Come on, a few more hours. But you wouldn't do that anywhere else. But for some reason, in this reality, you want to stay in forever. By the way, now that we're going to do futures, it's open pretty much all day. My ass woke up this week at 5 in the morning and I'm taking trades in bed with my phone opened up. And I'm just half asleep. I'm sure in the video I saved it on the secret Instagram, I'm yawning in there. I'm like, chicken. So get ready for that nonsense. Thank you, Eugene. You finished?
Yeah, I was going to say the longer you stay in, the more stressful it gets.
Yep.
So.
Yep. Thank you, Eugene. Sean.
So the question that we're answering is struggling prior to you?
Yep.
I think my answer is going to be a little different. I feel like every time I come here, it's like an onion kind of peeling itself back. So like the first time I think I answered this question, and I'll give you both comparisons. I think it's good to have like a analytical answer and like a philosophical answer. And I think they both tie in. I think essentially what I had said is like, I think you come here to think that you're trading the market, but in reality, you're trading yourself. And what I mean by that is a lot of what you think you're seeing in the chart is really you seeing your habits and how you spend your time on a daily level, like where the quality of your life is emotionally. That's what you're projecting onto the chart, and that's what you're trading. So essentially, if you don't have that dialed in, which is why mindset is very big, you know, you could have all the recipes and Professor gives it to us, but like you still wouldn't be able to execute because the thing between you and your success is you, right? Like your mindset. So that was my first answer, and I think like that continues to unpeel and unravel, and I ebb and I float in a good way. Right, because in the same way like the markets don't just go up like this, I think personal growth kind of does this. You know, sometimes there's some volatility, there's a life that happens, but then you get back, but you know, it's always an upward trajectory. So that's what I kind of like noticed my progression. My answer today though, in terms of like what have I struggled with prior, for the entire time that I've been doing this, I don't feel like I had the permission to have an outside interest and to be good at it.
What does that mean? You don't have the permission.
So again, it's an internal thing, right? I think the way that society has conditioned some of us to be or to believe, I think the highest that we aim to achieve for is like a 9 to 5, right? And if anybody isn't doing what you're doing, it's almost like a shame of judgment. And again, this is all self-imposed. And for the longest time, I felt like I was believing that as like some level of truth. And I had to realize that it was, it's okay to have like personal things that make you excited and things that you want to be devoted in. I don't know if much people could resonate, but I feel like it's more of like an internal truth of feeling like it's okay to belong, to actually have a pastime, right? And like not be judged for it. When I say not be judged for it, I feel like part of it is like you judging yourself. I think some of us deal with the idea of like you don't feel good enough to win a trade, and I think part of like unraveling that process is like, you know, just when you asked the question, like it triggered the answer inside. It felt like a truth for me. So it was definitely a level of personal growth, which will essentially add on to the next time I go on the chart.
I like what you just said. Hands up when you make money, you feel like you don't deserve it. Hands up. Like you don't deserve this money. It came too easy. Hands up. Why, Elena? Because that's crazy to think that. Why?
I called up Tony when I had a lot of like this self-doubt moments, and he brought up a really good point that we're grown up in the society where like we're kind of pitted against each other. Everything is a competition, and so really the only competition is yourself. And so I guess when it's a habit to constantly think that you're not good enough, or you know someone's always better, you don't deserve it, then it's just, you know, it's just always on your mind.
Okay. Thank you. Sean?
Are we still on prior or?
No, you can go now.
Well, you can do whatever you want. Go, it's your forum.
Oh yeah. No, it's fair.
I always let you guys speak freely.
Yeah, of course. So yeah, I think it was just kind of having that like inner level of feeling like I belong. It's so weird. Like I feel like there's just two versions of you always competing to be the dominant person of you. And you know, we bring our history, our traumas, our conditionings, and it's so seamless. Like when I tell you, like you go from hero to coward in a minute, and the situation will dictate that. Which means like if you don't have leverage on who you're being every day, a version of you is gonna show up, and it might not be the version that you want to show up for you. So like the idea of the community of like the Telegram, like when you fall off, like the idea that like you see those messages go off and then like it triggers on like, yo, I need to get on my shit. Like everybody else is doing it except me.
Who is your training partner? Do you have one or no?
No, I mean, my class was in November, and the kids that were there kind of like went to different states. So like Dimitri is in.
He moved.
Yeah, I think he's with Sandro now, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so.
Right, but then I get on JP and.
Also, you're with a perfect.
Until Elena lets me into Google Meet. No, just kidding.
How often you guys have your private Zoom meetings?
We try to do it weekly,
Once a week?
Yep.
When?
Saturdays.
Nice. What do you guys talk about?
Just how everyone did.
That's key. You need that. See what I mean? Hopefully, I'm going to give Armand the control of your group chat. I'm going to make him the admin. But I hope somebody takes that like they did there. In other smaller group chats, they do the same. Each class has this group chat. Someone take the charge and say, you know what, let's meet this day. Even if 2 people show up, just do it. It's good. I'm telling you right now, the secret to being successful at doing anything is teaching it to someone. I'm telling you. When you sit there and just try your best, folks, you got me, of course, Secret Instagram. You got the book. You got the lives every Tuesday, Friday. You can come back to this unlimited. Now you have this group of people that are with you, that are on the same path as you are. Keep that in mind. Sean.
Yeah, so I think once you get leverage, right, because we all come here on the thing that makes this work, dude, is like, was it Saturday, Sunday, Monday? Like there's no distractions, right?
Yeah.
I mean, yes, there might be some competing interests and kids and family, whatever, but you're locked in, right, for like a good 8 hours a day. So like it's easy to make distinctions here. The question is what happens when you leave this environment, go back into the regular environment, will you make it consistent?
Pause. This is what he said. Write this down. You're here right now. There's no distractions. There's no alcohol. There's no drugs. There's no illicit conversations. There's no degeneracy here. You know, it's funny. One of my traders said to me, he's a man. He goes, my wife doesn't let me go anywhere, but she's been watching me watch you, and the way you talk, she knows I'm not going to let him do anything out of line. So she allowed him to come to me to spend time only because I am the person I am and the way I talk. And I was like, praise God, I'm the man I am. Because that's true. There's no distractions here. I'm not going to tell you 37 different things. Junior, where are you? Junior. Junior's been with me since the beginning. Butt naked on the couch days? Yes. He was on the Zoom lives. Zoom live, Zoom. Have I deviated from anything I've ever said?
Yeah, just now.
What, the futures? No. Why are we laughing? Hold on. That's not deviation. I still do level to level, candles, multiple time frames. What you talking about?
Just a different booker, right?
Yeah. No, but we went from Robinhood, Webull, Trade Zero to Trade Station.
Now I'm saying this is the first time you're doing futures.
No, no, but it's the same everything.
Same bars.
It's literally the same. Steve.
So can we expect that we're always going to evolve and move to different things?
No, everything stays the same. I haven't changed anything with candles, levels, multiple time frames.
That stays the same, but I mean like platforms and
Oh, let's see. If there's issues with Trade Station, I've been on it for 2 weeks, no drama.
right,
Seamless.
like legal or regulatory.
Oh, American based? Of course, I would listen to me. I told you I'm going to post it later. I told you the story. I got hit up by a prop firm. I'm not going to say the name. I don't start drama. Folks, if I showed you the amount of money I get offered to push people's nonsense, you would say, you never have to trade. You never have to work a day in your life. I'm offered, where's my phone? I'll read it. I'll read it because some of you wouldn't believe it. Hello, I'll post it, by the way, on a reel. I'll post it as a video too. But I'll take out the name of the people. Hello, Professor. We're reaching out to you because we heard you do futures now. We'd love to bring you on our team. Joining us will bring you another income stream. Just by talking about partnering with us and putting our logo on your streams, we're willing to start you off with $15K a month. Just to talk about them on my lives and put their little logo there. If that isn't good enough, let's have a meeting about how much more we can offer you. We love your YouTube videos. Let's team up. Steven, you see what I'm saying? This is just one. I'm not even getting into the people that tell me to push the crypto coins. They're NFTs. My name is worth more to me than any dollar amount. You see what I'm saying here? So anything I ever do will always be for the benefit of all of you. So it would never be an offshore account. I know who does these things. I'm not getting involved, nor am I saying anything about it. I'm not getting in drama. Everything will always be based in America, regulated, but everything has to be American regulated. So boom. Cool? Yeah. First was Robinhood, America. Webull, American regulated. Trade Zero, and now Trade Station, all. Boom. Who was it? Steven. I'm sorry, Sean.
Yeah, so in synopsis, essentially, like, you know, get leverage on yourself, right? Like, that's a big trading the chart. In reality, you're trading yourself. And then the second thing is, like, when you leave here, like, there's going to be competing interests. So, like, this is so soul satisfying and entertaining here, but when you get back to real life, there's going to be, you know, that rivalry of, like, what takes precedence in the moment. And
Pause. This is so important that you don't even know. Hands up, you have children. And I'm going to be straight with you. I'm sorry to say it again, I have to. Hands up, you love that I'm honest with you and I tell you the truth. Hands up. So cool. So don't get upset at me. Don't get upset at me what I'm about to say. Because this, when I said this at a 300-person event that Sean Deckman wanted me to do a couple years ago, someone went crazy in the audience and went off on me. And I looked at Sean. You know what I'm talking about, John? No? Okay. I looked at Sean Deck, where you're sitting next to me, we're on stage, and I'm like, do you want me to do anything? He's like, Professor, do whatever you want to do. This is what I said. I said, you're not going to be consistent if you, in the early stages, new traders. Trading has to be here. Then it's your children, sorry, your spouse, whatever else is your life problems. If trading doesn't take precedent over everything else, you won't be consistent. I'm sorry, I have to tell.
Can I run and get my book and put on the floor?
What do you want? Oh, okay. Write it down? Okay. Everyone should be writing this down. You're trading the chart, again, early stages.
Page 12.
Page?
Come here.
Oh, I know, I wrote the book. It's, last time I checked, this is me, a younger version of me, but that's me, JP. Tell me, read it for me.
The major point.
What page? Everyone get the damn book. Not you guys stay here. Let's go together. Let's have a readathon.
You got it.
What page?
Page 12, bottom.
Page 12. You guys stay. You guys can stay in here. Page 12, bottom. Go ahead,
It
JP.
says, the major point that you should take away from the story is that for you to truly want success, it must consume your life. Nothing else should matter to you other than achieving a level of understanding and trading that makes you consistent. If you don't make trading your only priority, then you're doomed to failure.
How'd you remember that?
Man, I studied, bro.
I love it. A good student right there. Good student. This is my point to all of you. I am telling you, The only reason I was able to be consistent is I'm telling you my personality. I ignored the world. I cut off society for what I want. I live on my terms at all times. In my culture, I should have been married a long, long time ago. My father, my grandmother, anytime they call, the minute they say, I say, okay, I'm busy, we gotta go. Any family party, I don't go to them. But my name is brought up. He's not married yet? What the hell? It's not they know. And my dad says the same line as all of you know. Why am I not married yet? School. The school comes first. He literally says that. Everyone at this point knows it already. You have to put what you want. Again, for a short time, by the way. For the moms in the room, hands up, moms. Okay. 1, 2. You're not a mom yet? Soon. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the 4 ladies out of the 5 ladies. 6. You're soon? Inshallah, God willing. So majority of the women here are moms. And I know me saying this makes me like a villain, but you have to understand. Once you become consistent, that money will fund your child's lifestyle, whatever it is. And it'll make it easy. The diapers, what's the most expensive thing as a mother? Diapers, I've heard, or formula? I don't know.
Formula's expensive.
What is it?
Formula's expensive.
Sports?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. How much does sports cost? I don't know.
2,000 a year.
Yeah, or more.
Damn. Okay. Just for the kids to kick balls around all day. Oh, got it. This is why. If that income comes in, then your child can enjoy the rest of the time. You need to suffer from a little bit of time of suffering, so then you can get all your time back. Folks, I'm out the country most of the time, for God's sakes. 3 months I was gone out the country because I chose to be able to do that. Do you hear what I'm saying? I chose this reality because I just said no to everyone else. Hands up, you're a family person. Like, family's your thing. Like, you have to spend time with them on a regular. It's going to be very hard for you people. I'm going to be straight. I know some of you might not like me saying this. I'm not a family man. I'm not built that way. I'm the person that builds other people up. That's my ultimate purpose. I think that's what I was put here, to level up others. That's what I was here for. One day I could be a family man. You know, like that, like Thanos, when he, clicked the thing and everyone was dead. He's sitting, and then he's sitting and watching the view over everything. That's me. I want to be able to build a school, create an army of traders, and sit in the middle, somewhere in Puerto Rico, and oversee and look at everything that I've done. Why are you laughing so hard?
Because he said that before to me.
What?
He says his goals, right? And then he's like, once I've completed these goals, I can be like that.
Hey! How old are you?
25.
We have a lot in common. I love it. So, point being, you must. And if you're not going to, again, you want the truth. That's why you came here. You all raised your hand. You're not going to be consistent. It's not going to work out for you. You must. And that heckler went crazy on me when I said the same line to you. He went mental. And I just said, this is the truth. What do you want me to say to you?
What was the line you said?
This line that I just said. Everything else must come second to you. Trading has to overtake. He was a family man, wife and children. I said they have to become second place. He said no.
And then you followed up with, my parenting is based off Thanos?
No. I didn't make that line there. So do you understand what I'm saying? All right. Thank you, Sean. That was powerful. Mr. J. Lives in Switzerland, but is a New Yorker by blood. Go for it.
Yes, I am. I mean, I can relate to a lot of things that the former students were speaking about. But for me, it's the greed. I mean, the greed is what gets me, and it's 2 words: stop loss. I don't know how.
Wait, stop. Remember, go back in the past, though.
Oh.
Go back before you met me first, Jay.
Oh, I didn't know anything. I didn't even know what a line of support and resistance lines was. I didn't know. I'm not tech savvy, so I don't even know how to send emails.
I know.
And yeah, from that to now, I mean, only thing is, let's say, my patience. My lines now, these candles hit perfectly almost, but I just don't wait. I get out either too early, or my greed beats me up and I turn them into losers.
Yeah.
But like he was mentioning too earlier, the journey. I know it's a journey of ups and downs, and I'm just. I say, after I left you, I was doing really well.
Praise God.
Then I started deviating.
Hold on. Before you go talk about the deviation, because I want you to talk about that. What helped you do well, Jay?
Keeping it simple. I kept it simple.
Stop. Write this down.
I started.
I simplified it. I told you. I cut through the noise and the chaos and gave you the formula. Write it down. I cut through the noise and I made it simple. Your overcomplication of everything will lead to your downfall, will lead to your deviation. Thank you, Jay. Keep going.
And I would deviate because of the greed. I wanted watching everybody else, making more and more, so I started following other people.
Stop.
And I
See what I mean about signal chats and social media right there? He's literally going down the timeline of all the problems that you will go through. Some new shiny object will pop up on your algorithm, whatever it is. The boys, the Medina brothers, like cars. So somebody's gonna pop up showing, I got a Ferrari, I don't know, Ferrari Enzo, is that a car, right? Okay, is that something you like? Okay. Huh? What's the new Ferrari? Persigon, okay. Someone's gonna post this saying, I took this trade and I made how much did it cost, $250,000? Okay, I made a trade on options puts and I made 400,000 and I bought this Ferrari, whatever. Now they're distracted. They got him. They got their attention. Boom. And that will, sorry?
And it's always after you take a loss.
Yeah. Because you know what happened? I love that you said that. When you take a loss, your brain says, this doesn't work. Let me go find something that works. Folks, I'm going to go deep now. Let's go deep into the rabbit hole. Married people, hands up that you're with your spouse. That you're with your spouse. Or your partner, relationship people. Hands up, you're in a relationship too. Hands up. So majority class, cool. So hands up, you're single. So a few of us, cool. All right, so now here's the conversation. This is the conversation. Married people. Let's do it. 10 years or more. What the heck? You're not even 10 years or more. What's wrong with you?
I've been with her for 13 years.
Oh, okay. Valid. Then you can put your I'm about to say you're too young for 10. Okay, 15 years or more. Cool, put it down. 20 years or more. Damn! 25 years or more? Okay, perfect. Tell them your name, where you from?
So, I'm originally from Colombia, but I've been in the States for 30
Where in Colombia? I love Colombia. Where?
Bogota.
Nice. I was in Medellin for the first mentorship. It was beautiful. Fell in love with it.
So I've been married for 33 years now. 2 kids.
Is she Colombian too?
She's Colombian.
Okay.
Yeah. 2 kids, 27 and 30.
Praise God.
So, yeah.
33 years. Oh, stay with me here. 33 years. I'm assuming it was the easiest thing you've ever done.
No, my fault.
By the way, that's how what is that? I just lost my train of thought. I'm messing with him.
Yeah.
Easiest thing you ever done, right?
Not my fault. No.
Not even.
It's a lot of work.
What was the hardest part? I can't even imagine 33. I'm 37, bro. I can't even imagine 33. Go.
So I think the toughest part, which is a good part, we got married when we were quite young. I was
How old
20,
were you?
she was 19. I'm 53 now.
Okay.
But starting from zero, right? Was struggling at first, so that helped.
You were struggling, so why didn't you end it?
Because if you want something to work, like trading, you have to push through it.
But boss, write it down. When you want something to work bad enough, you will make it work. When you want something bad enough, you will make it work. Keep going, sir.
So just for a couple of years, it was super tough.
Why?
The income wasn't there. You feel like you were living.
Stop. Money wasn't coming in from trading. You were barely making much money.
Right.
Why didn't you give up? Find a new one.
Nah, it's not.
Come on, new strategy, new woman, new strategy. You know, try something new. Come on, a new Latina. Why not?
That's not in my DNA.
Okay.
Just pushing through and making things work.
What helped push through?
I think she's the right person to have as a partner.
What is about her that you knew she was the right person?
I think with everything that we struggle, anybody else who have walked out the door.
Pause. Look at that. And in this scenario, I'm your partner in this scenario. I'm here for you Tuesday, Fridays, live. I'm there on the secret Instagram. Last time I checked, hands up, I've ever ignored your DMs. Hands up, I've never ignored your DMs. Junior, you've been with me for, stop it. When have I ignored your DMs?
I'm saying you never
Oh.
have. I'm sorry, I thought
okay.
that's what you meant.
Yeah.
Like, have you never? And I said, yeah, you never.
Got you.
Never have.
Junior, ever?
No, even before I met you, you always.
I'm not going, God willing, I'm not, TikTok is a problem right now, but you got me on the secret Instagram. I'm not going anywhere, God. I'm in it for the end. I'm literally in it for the end of the end. My biggest goal is my students' children. Once I taught my students, their children. One of my students, Silva's wife, was pregnant in the class. They didn't even know. They didn't even know. So, and he said to me, that child will be on campus. That's the goal for me. I'm not going nowhere. So I'm that person you come to when you need something. Boom. Keep going.
So just having her work through all the issues that we were facing, even for this, right? She's one of the main person pushing me to get through the
Pause
class.
right there. That's what you need. You need someone that will push you on the hard days. And if your partner is not that type, then I can't comment. Then you have to figure that out. I'm not trying to destroy people's marriages. You have to figure that out. But you need that supporting partner. I'm telling you, you need that partner. Literally. Keep going.
So fast forward, getting through all the struggles. We both went to college when we thought it was not going to be possible because of money and other issues. The lifestyle changed. She has a great job. I have a good job as well. The kids both went through college. My son has a PhD. So life has improved continuously. But we got into a point where we're 53, she's 52. We're ready to walk out, retire. I said, I've been trading for the past 3 years. Really believe in it. I just need to change my strategy. I found you online. I said,
Instagram, YouTube?
I believe it was YouTube.
Okay.
But
What did I say that made you come here?
I think just the honesty. It was when I watched the videos, just the honesty that you came through. Never talking about money or actual how much you were making or anything like that.
Write this down. Let's go. Do not tell anyone how much you make. I know the culture we live in now is, yes, you have to flaunt it. Trust whoever you want. Don't talk about it. You make a little bit. How much you made today? I made a little bit. Nobody wants, I'm going to give you life advice. Nobody wants you to do better than them. I want you to, FYI, just so we're clear. I want you to, but nobody wants you to do better than them. They will come for you. They will attack you. They will destroy you. They will celebrate you buying cars. They will celebrate you buying anything, but not celebrate you investing in yourself or the stock market. They won't. I bet when you boys buy a car, people are like, good job, wow, party. But when you want to invest in yourself, what do they say? Boom. You're starting a new business, I bet they said horrible stuff when you got into real estate.
I bought a restaurant. I did it with 12 months with the guy and he robbed me for like 11 of those months. I went back on the numbers. I'm like, the math ain't mathin', dog. Where's this money?
See?
And yeah.
This is what I'm trying to tell you people. You know what it is? Someone said this, one of my students said, I resonate with you because you literally, once I'm signed up for the mentorship, you have nothing to gain from us. I said, I know. That's what I like, that I don't have monthly subscription services. I like that about me. That you don't have, I don't have that. You can come and know that I'm telling you freely. I'm not trying to say, yo, sign up for the, disco, you didn't pay the $50 a month. You know what I'm saying? I don't have it. So you know I'm just gonna speak freely to you. So my point is, those boys are a perfect example. They buy cars. Yeah, let's have a party, let's get lit, whatever the kids say these days. What do the kids say these days? Are they pulling, what's the word when you buy a car, you celebrate? Is there a new word?
You just said it, get lit.
Get lit, or still exists? Lit was like 5 years old. I thought the kids would come up with a new thing. Wait, there's she right there. What's the new word for when something's cool, amazing, like party, celebrate? What's the new word?
Is it like Riz?
No, fire is years ago.
It was like Riz or something. Turn up.
Oh, Riz?
Oh, Riz.
Oh.
She's 14, by the way, folks. She's 14.
That's like charisma.
Oh, it's charisma. No, Riz. So when I want to pull up and have a party and get crazy, what's the word the kids are using?
Get jiggy.
No one's saying get jiggy. All right? Tony, what year is that? 90s? Go. You don't, girl, what the hell? You 14. Okay. Whatever the word is, that should put things into perspective for you people. I'm trying to tell you. I know you want that pat in the back and people to, I get it. Folks, my father has never said a nice thing about me. I'm 37, I got a maid service. I literally pay bills for him left and right. Never once said, good job, son. Wrote the book, not one word about good job. It's all, at 16, it clicked. I will never hear a nice thing from his mouth. Let me just do my own thing. Do you see what I'm saying? Stop seeking outside validation. The only validation you need is God and yourself. God validates you when you're on the right path and things work out. He's validating you right there. Stop it with the outside people. Your wife, your husband, they don't need to validate you. You need it from nobody. If you notice the crazy things I say on social media, because I don't care if people in the comment section watching like or don't like me. Because no matter what you do, they will still won't like you. No matter what you do, you could be the greatest person of all time. They will turn on you. It's all a matter of time. It's eventual. Do you understand what I'm saying? Stop. For example, I'll prove it to you. Watch this. Hands up, you were cool with someone, doesn't matter who it is, family, friends, whatever, cousin. You were cool with them, you were always there for them. You didn't do that one thing, whatever that one thing was, now they hate you. Hands up. Boom. Prove my point. And don't blame these people. They're humans. They don't know any better. Just let it go and move on with your life. That's what you have to understand. It's all connected back to this. It's all connected back to this. Literally. When you start doing well, praise God, do not tell people. Just a little bit. Oh, how to do. And how do you prove it to them? Give your mom some money. Right, Christina? Zell your mom some money. Just zell your mom some money. Just do that. Just do that. You understand what I'm saying? Cool? Cool. All right, Jay. You were dropping points, man.
Yeah, I forgot what was
I know, my bad. You're saying too many good points. I had to deviate from your point.
Okay, I was deviating from a little bit from your strategy.
So why did you start
the greed,
deviating?
the greed,
Yes.
the greed. Because I started winning, but I wasn't winning what I wanted.
Yep. Unrealistic numbers.
Exactly.
I know.
So started. Sean Degmar has this thing he uses.
Love Sean Deckman.
Fox Runner or something like that. So
I don't know what he uses.
It's a software. It starts giving you all these news. So I started following, reading all this catalyst, which you were against supposedly in the first book. I was following the news, the feeds, and yeah, I would get some wins, but the losses were terrible. I mean, and the reason I'm back here is because I got to get back to where I felt some.
Where you had success, you came back to where you had success.
Success, yeah, but you know the mindset too, because you were mentioning before the first time I came, I was like, "Fuck, I'm sorry." It's
Jay.
I'm from New York.
I know.
Queens.
I'm from New York too, but
I know. Sorry, it's
it's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry. The first day I was like, "Man, why waste all this money? I didn't do it." I'm starting to hate you for real. The first day too.
I know.
But after I left the third day, and when I went back to Switzerland, the mindset, what it's done for me for now, thank you.
No, thank you.
I'm grateful for that part because it's not only helped me with trading, but my life. And that mindset is everything. I think 90%. If you had to give it a number, is everything to this.
Correct.
So if you can, I'm getting emotional because the roller coaster I've been through.
I know.
Not only in life, but with this, and I'm starting to see the light sometimes, but it's just not there, but it's almost there. And
Pause. Write that down. What he said. He was doing well when he came here. Success was happening. When he deviated, it went down, but he came right back to get it back to where it started. This is open letter to all of you.
And the place I left from, where it all started, and now going back to hopefully.
He literally DM'd me yesterday.
2 days ago.
2 days ago. Professor, I know it's last minute, but can you put me in? I said, what kind of question is that? Do I not love you all? What kind of question is that? Who else messaged me? Who's yesterday? Who's the person that messaged me yesterday?
By CJ.
Where'd he go?
He stepped out. He didn't feel too well because he had a shoulder surgery.
Okay. Yeah,
He's gonna
TJ
come back
messaged me
tomorrow.
yesterday.
He's
He was
gonna
sitting
come
over
back
there. He left. Who was sitting right there and walked away? Sam?
Oh, Sam.
What happened? Okay. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but the other thing too is I think he mentioned something about the community. I went to Switzerland. I lost contact due to the time zone, and I deviated. I want to be by myself. That's another reason I go to Switzerland. No offense, it's cool and all, the people, but New York, I left for that reason. So I want to be alone. But I also, it's good to vent with people that I understand this language, because other people outside do not understand it.
That's why
you
you're
can't
in the chat.
explain it. You're stressed out explaining it. So the emotional part, but the community is very important to. I only have Eli right now.
No, you don't. You have this entire
now I
class.
have hopefully these guys, very experienced guys, and that's very, very important to be able to talk and help each other out.
And it's
And I
important to
think
keep
that's
it small and tight like this, by the way. So you guys all know each other. That's the key
noise,
part.
The outside noise, man.
I know.
The greed just hits the cell. I really, the stop loss, that's another thing I got to talk about, man.
Yeah.
Mental, physical, I struggle with it.
I got you.
I don't know.
Tomorrow.
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 I want it now. Okay.
One more day of struggling, Bobby.
You know, it's funny.
What are those words? Stop.
I have students say to me, yo, I come here to learn. I come for the 3 days. What is this taking us out, do all these things? I'm taking you out to Dave & Buster's, right? The new kids. Why do you think I'm doing that?
Good bond.
Huh?
Bond, get to know each other.
Get to know each other. Build that relationship there. I've had students in the past have business deals with real estate. Big deals with real estate. Big connections about life stuff. I have students moving to live with that student, not live in the same house, but live close to that student they connected so well with. Do you understand what I'm saying? Boom. Elena.
I guess. I was
Say where you're from.
Oh, I'm from Hawaii. So when I first found Professor, it was through something else, like a different group, but it was just too much noise. And at that time, I was brand new to trading, so I didn't have that foundation. And
Pause. Do you notice a theme with all of them when it comes to groups? What do they say all?
Noise.
Noise. Write that down. You're not going to remember. I'm giving a lot of information. They're all saying the same thing. I don't even have to say anything. There's too much noise on them. That's all I'm trying to warn you. You cannot sit there quietly trading, making money with chaos happening around you, folks. It doesn't work. This is why the beauty is when we pick the ticker, this group, small, you all analyze the same thing together. That's a weapon right there. That's like taking, hands up Power Rangers. I don't know, hands up Power Rangers, you watched it when you were a kid? Do you remember when they had their little weapons? And then towards the end when they wanted to fight the boss when he got really big, what they all do with their weapons? Put it together and made a super weapon. Why are you laughing like that, Christina? You were the Pink Ranger? You're the Pink Ranger. Powered up.
I was Voltron.
Who was when they were young? Don't put my book on the floor, JP. Where is it? Pick it up. What's wrong? Put it on the table. What's wrong with you?
I'll put it on my lap.
Thank you. Who, when they were young, made their parents go to Toys R Us to buy the Green Ranger's flute? Anybody? Anybody? It's me and you? They were sold out, man. My dad took me. I really wanted it. Point being, you put you put it together. That's what all of you are. You put yourselves together to become a powerful weapon, and you attack the markets together. For example, Christina takes a trade on Wednesday. Diaz says, wait, Christina, did you analyze this time frame? Professor said, oh, I didn't look at that time frame. Thank you so much, Diaz. Caught it. Folks, FYI, check the live trading videos. Your mentor sitting here misses stuff too when he's in there. Happens to me. If you watch the Friday video, the trade was going against me. I'm like, oh, this was my stop loss. Oh, no. That's my stop loss. I caught myself. And I stayed in the trade and I made the money, or I would have got hit with the stop loss and I'd be out the trade. Do you see what I'm saying? I catch it myself. But when you have a group doing it together in one chat, clean, one ticker, not one doing pennies, one doing Tesla option puts, one doing ES micros, one doing, what else is there? Crypto on a Bitcoin short. One laser, one focus, one weapon. Boom. Ilana.
Yeah, exactly what Professor said. I was in this group where everybody was talking about all different sorts of things, and all I wanted to do was learn how to trade. And so I was also trading with my sister at the time. We were learning together. We would wake up at 4 a.m.
In Hawaii, 4 a.m. is 9 a.m. New York?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. 10. I think 10.
10, okay.
Depends on the daylight savings. I always get confused.
Understood.
And so it was nice that I had someone to trade with, but it was hard to trade because we both didn't know what we were doing. And so that kind of limited me to progressing, I guess. And I did take a little break, but I always saw you were online or on lives, and you were pretty consistent. And I remember also there was a wedding you were at, but you stepped out to do that. I think it was a Tuesday live.
I was the best man at the wedding, yeah. I had to disappear. I hid in a corner. Who saw that live? You remember that, John? How? That was...
That's what you said. Like, it's
crazy.
That was years ago. How do you remember that?
Because you were dedicated to this team or this group.
Well, I'm not going nowhere.
Right.
That's crazy.
So
that's crazy.
That...
and you know what the funny part is? I found a tray. I don't know if you remember the video is still there, by the way. You can find it. I had to find a way to balance it and the thingy and all that type of stuff too. Yeah.
So that's when I realized I wanted to stick with the professor and I wanted to learn from him because he made it simple and he was always consistent with going on even though it might have been late or whatnot. He was answering questions. Nobody was really like paying you at the time. It was all free lives.
But the lives are still free.
Oh yeah, but what I'm saying, like,
I promised. You know, it's funny. I had someone hit me up and said, "Yo, let's monetize your lives." I said, "Don't even bother with me." They're like, "This much money." I said, "Don't bother with me." I said, "I've already given my word. I can never monetize them, so I can't. Even if I chose to, I can't do it." They're like, "But." I said, people don't understand. It can't be about a money grab for everything. When did we lose touch with helping just people level up, for God's sakes? Continue.
I took a little bit before. I took, I think, 2 or 3.
When did you take this class? In
January of this
January.
year.
Eugene's class, yeah.
And then that's where I met a lot of the mentorship students where I feel like our group is somewhat close. But that's really what I wanted to is to be with people who are like-minded, is like what you said earlier, to catch things before.
When you guys trade or do stuff together, who catches what?
Well, it depends. Like lately, it's been her.
What do you catch? What are they doing that they're...
First thing in the morning, she'll be like, "Hey guys, the spy's this. It's on stage this.
Nice.
Make sure you do your levels. There's the levels I have. Blah 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 blah." Even though she can't trade, she's going to work.
Yeah.
But she still does it.
Good.
And then,
Pause.
you know,
That's key. If you get busy with your life, just do what, write down what JP said. Still make the levels, which I'll teach you tomorrow. Still do your analysis, please. That's XP points, FYI. You want XP points? That's XP point. But my kids, I'm busy. Folks, then what the freak? Buy this one. Samsung, can I get a sponsorship? Get the Samsung, what's this called? The 6?
Z Fold 6.
Z Fold? Oh shit, that's a nice name. Get the Z Fold 6. Then there's no excuses, parents. Because I'm riding my bike, I'm pulled over. Of course, calm down, people. Calm down. I'm not gonna lie. I do have it like this with the chart, but I'm just watching, I'm red light, I can't lie. Red like this, but I'm not trading. Red light, I do have, like it's there, but if I'm out, boom. With the integration with TradingView, just so we're clear. There's no more excuses anymore. Keep going, Elena. Keeping them in check. You like the small group system because you came from a toxic group 4 years ago. Yeah. Now you notice the difference of a small, loving group that it actually levels everyone up 100%. On one laser-focused approach.
Yeah, and before I couldn't teach my sister what to look for, but now that 2 months ago I think she started going back into charts, and I was trying to.
Girl, come down here. Come in. Yeah. Come in. So she, again, photographic memory, and the live is saved 1,000 videos deep on my Instagram. Yin Yi was on my live, and these two were trading together, sisters trading together. Literally. What made you stop, Yin Yi? Your sister told me, you eventually stopped, but now you're back. You took a massive break. What caused you to stop?
Lots of confusion.
What were you confused about?
I didn't...
This is a 4-year-old story, by the way. We're going back 4 years in time. You were 11. Go.
I didn't know exactly what to do. I just knew that you had to do whatever process and then you can earn money, but then I didn't know the concepts well.
And why are you here now? You came from Hawaii. What's the flight? 17 hours?
10.
Sorry, 10 hours. Why did you take a 10-hour flight from Hawaii here? For? What's the main thing?
Because it's free for her. I paid for it.
You're a good sister. You're a good sister.
I guess that it's just because I grew up too, and then so I'm more mature, and then
You grew up what?
At the time, when I was 11, I didn't really know anything. I wasn't as mature, but now I can grasp concepts more better, with clarity.
I'm glad. Okay, good. Jade, anything else, Elena?
No, just after being with like-minded people, I feel like a lot of things outside of trading have really progressed more. I got more better.
Stop right there. Did you hear what she just said? Say that again. That was powerful.
I noticed that things outside of trading kind of progressed more, like health, mindset, just talking to like JP, Tony, talk to them a lot. I would trade. Sometimes while I'm working on my lunch break, I would call up my sister because we're 6 hours apart. That would allow her to wake up at 5 or 6 a.m.
You don't have to deal with that anymore. With futures, the life is back in your hands with time.
But I would take trades with my sister, and then even her, she would say like, oh wait, no, TSL is in stage 3. Don't get in for going long or short. And so just that has helped me a lot with seeing, and then health as well. I started doing like a juice detox last month, and I noticed my swimming has gotten better. I don't eat as much junk food anymore, so.
Talking stuff.
No, I gotta stop.
I got you. Thank you, Elena. Appreciate it. By the way, you guys can ask them questions, FYI, you traders. JP.
By the way, you're also a great friend, besides a great sister. So, all right. So, for me, it was I think around 2019, kind of like the beginning. I was laying in bed. At the time, I was a head trainer at this gym called Orange Theory Fitness, and I was making good money.
Orange Theory still exists? I don't see them anymore.
Yeah, it still exists. But I'm also from Florida, so everybody wants to look good. So exercise, fitness is a big thing.
What you trying to say, bro?
I don't know, you New Yorkers, you know, stay bundled up. But what do you get? Good little cutty buddies and stuff, just chilling. But so yeah,
under the jacket,
right? So basically, I was making good money per hour, but I realized, you know, I've raised 5 children. I got 4 biological children. And I was laying there and I'm like, man, I could make
From how many women?
2.
2.
Yeah. So I laid there and I was just pondering like, man, I could make $1,000 an hour and I'm capped. That's it. That's all I can make. Like my time and in a day, this is all I can make. There's not too much more you can with a job or even having a bachelor's degree or master's degree or whatever the case may be. And I said, there's got to be more than this, you know what I'm saying? So I kind of went down a rabbit hole. I also, I became a little, obviously, like, I think we all think we're mature at certain ages, but you're really not. You know, when you're 20, you think you know you got it all. Then you turn 30, you're like, oh my God, I was the biggest idiot in the world. Now I'm a man. Then you turn 40, you're like, I was never a man at 30, you know? So you're constantly gonna like reevaluate your life. And it got to a point where I think like a lot of things became clear to me, and my search for knowledge and that thing that was gonna help me elevate to be free, you know, because I've been that person who's worked 80-hour, 100-hour every 2 weeks and 60-hour weeks and basically slaved myself to death for another person at the end of the day to be like, after 11 years, bye, you gotta go, you know, and you dedicate yourself for that, or they don't see the value in you, right? When you know yourself, you got value. So I was just there pondering, and then I just ran into real estate. I had a mentor for real estate. I got my first property. It took us a year. Did everything he told me to do. So he mentored me through that. And but I also would hear, things about stocks. So what I did was I just listened to the most wealthiest people, Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, all these people, and there was a common theme, and the common theme was read books,
What the new thing is, don't read books. Hands up, you've seen trends now say reading is pointless, don't read books. Hands up, you've seen those trends. Yes.
For real?
The new generation.
Yeah. Yep. The new trend is don't read books, it's pointless. Yeah. That's the trend.
Let them not read. It's better for
No,
me. I'll make more money.
Boom.
So, so that's what I was receiving from these individuals, like message-wise. It was more audible, and then the whole stock market thing was just like, it was confusing because everything looked like an EKG. Saw stuff running down the bottom. I'm like, red, green. I had no clue of any other terminology, none of it. But I knew that there was something, and everything came back to real estate and stocks. And then
Pause. But I thought the stock market was a scam. Hands up, your family thinks the stock market's a scam. Hands up.
Oh, everybody I know.
What the hell? Usually almost every hand goes up. Interesting. Peter.
You say?
Yeah, family. Hands up, your family thinks it's, that's what I said. Your family thinks it's a scam. Yeah, I'm about to say, I was shocked. Yeah, they all think it's what they think. Go ahead.
Well, to touch on that, like once I started like trying to forge a path into that, that's when I started getting all the, why do you want to do that? You're gonna lose money. You're gonna while these people are playing scratch offs, like I'm like, okay, you can blow $100 on a little piece of paper, but
that's true.
My $100 can make something.
That's
so
true.
I was like, whatever, and I learned not to listen to those voices.
Pause.
So,
You see what I'm saying here? I see a lot of you taking notes. I'm happy to see that. He's literally telling you it. Carlos, you writing a book? I'm proud of you, bro. You're just taking books notes over there. Stop listening to other people, for God's sakes. You pick one person you want to listen to and just listen and stay on that path. I'm the definition of anti-Zoom learning classes. I'm so against that. I've had people say to me that can't get visas to America, just put a camera in the corner and we'll pay you the same price. I don't even care. I said, you don't understand. No. But that makes no sense. I said, you don't understand that. Why are you smiling?
You don't understand. No.
Yeah, you just don't understand. No. Remember, I'm at a place in life where every one of us, Eugene, has a dollar amount. If you hit that dollar amount, you're satisfied with life. I've hit that dollar amount. You can't mess with me anymore. You can't sway me. Steven, you see that text message I read? If someone was in, what's the nice word? A weaker man would fall for that. See what I'm saying? And he would push his followers onto something that might not be the best, just so he could get all that money for free. So I didn't do anything. It's not hard to put a thing on my YouTube video with a little pop-up that shows up. It's not hard. And I make 15K doing nothing? Come on now. Can't do it. Back to you. Everyone wrote it? Analysis paralysis is your enemy. When you want to hit buy, you won't. But I didn't check the RSI. I didn't check the MACD. I didn't check the Fibonacci. I don't know. Candles, levels, multiple time frames. Continue, JP.
beautiful, because I was going to talk on that in a second. But going back to what he said with the analysis paralysis, like for me, it was probably harder because I was at a point in my life where I was searching. So I was absorbing anything that could come into my ear, so I could distinguish what was BS and what was not. Because I'm not a naive person, you know. I go in and I gotta scope you out for a while, because I know you're gonna say something opposite of what you said at some point, right?
How long did you scope me out before you signed up?
About 8 months.
What were you gathering?
And that same thing with GP. I did the same thing.
I know.
Well, and I've always mentioned it. These two gentlemen that I've had the pleasure to have in my life, and luckily I have two mentors. But I see nothing but consistency. Their boundaries, they don't break it. What they say, they do. And I think that's what makes you a winner at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't fold, they don't compromise. That's the word I always
Write
use.
this down. And I could go into a lecture about this, but we're not going to do that. Your word. You have to keep your word. I'm telling you right now, write that down. I have to be good at keeping my word. Hands up, don't lie to me. Hands up, you don't keep your word to yourself. Don't lie to me. Hands up, you don't keep it. Like when you say you're not going to do it, you end up doing it. Hands up, don't lie. Majority of you. No, in anything.
No,
in anything.
just trading.
People, I'm telling you right now, I hear people talk about me behind my back, right? One thing GP says a lot, full auto 11 behind my hands up, you know who GP is, full auto 11. Cool. I hear things back from him, and this one thing he tells a lot of people behind my back, that professor, when he says he's doing it, I know for a fact, written in stone, he ain't gonna do anything opposite of what he said. He had an event a year or two ago, I don't remember, in New Orleans. He asked people to come, and they told him, and they flaked up on him, influencers. And that, a day before, he couldn't stop hitting me up. You coming? I said, yeah, my flight, yeah. Are you coming, right? Yeah. Next day, I'm like, yeah, I'm on the flight. You coming? I was like, let me ask you a question. Why did you ask me so many times? He's like, I've asked so many people to come and support me, friends, influencer friends. Nobody wanted to come. They all flake out. They say yes, but they flake out on me. I said, bro, I gave you my word. We're done with this. I said, I don't want your money. I don't want ticket sales. I'm going to do it for free. I don't need the money. Sean Deckmar called me. Can you do a talk, 300 person? I said, done. How much you want? For free, my brother. I don't need your money. I want to help people. Okay, pull up. You have to become that person. A lot of you said you don't keep your word to yourself. If you don't keep your word to yourself, you won't hit sell. You won't hit sell if you don't keep your word to yourself. You must And let me ask you a question. How do you think you become the person that keeps the word to themselves? How do you become that person? Who wants to answer that for me? Discipline. I heard something else. Go ahead. Start right now. Start right now and say, I'm just going to do it. If my wife says, take out the trash. Women here, what is your biggest complaint with your husbands? They don't take out the trash? What's the biggest complaint, wives? Ladies?
They don't listen.
No, but the main thing.
They keep it clean and trash cans.
So I was right, the garbage. You tell them to take it out, they don't take it out.
Oh, she's cleaning up in general.
Cleaning up what?
In general.
Like cleaning what?
Just clean up after yourself.
So when they're in the kitchen eating candies and what pick up, okay, cool, perfect. The wife says it once, just do it. You see what I'm saying? I'll do it eventually. What do they say? Because I'm not married, I don't know. What do they say?
I'll get to it.
Okay, cool. You get to it immediately. The woman is satisfied. Now your day goes better. But she'll find something else for me to do. Who told you to get married then? Last time I checked, you do that. I'll tell you a story. I dated a girl a couple years ago. And she goes, Fridays I want to go out. I said, no, Fridays 8 p.m. live. But I met this girl on a yacht. It was a yacht party, Brazilian model. No Fridays. One of my students met her, not this Matthew, a different Matthew. He goes, how did you end that? I said, she had a problem with my Friday lives. She goes, I said, no, it's not happening. And then when I met her family, the family goes, she goes, before I met the family, please don't talk about stocks and crypto. Please don't talk about stocks and crypto. I said, what do I talk about? Talk about movies, the weather. I said, I don't know how to talk about that. But their family knew who I was. So the sister goes, my stock portfolio, Robinhood, Professor, what do you think? I said, yeah, let's go. This sucks. What are you doing? Oh, hell no, this is garbage. Point being, you find someone you connect with. I couldn't connect with her because she didn't let me be who I am. You see what I'm saying? So be who you are at all time and let people know. Was your husband always messy?
Yeah. Yes.
So who's now watch this, boys. I got you, boys. I got you.
I got you. We got you.
Who's to blame? Who's to blame?
I'm free to answer that.
You see what I'm saying? If you already knew who your husband. By the way, we don't change. I know it's in your DNA. It's in your DNA, women, to help us and make us level up and become better people. I know 100%. You were put in our life for that purpose. We don't change. Nobody's changing me in any way, shape, or. You see what I'm saying? Exactly. So now it falls on to you to accept that your husband will never clean up. You just clean up for him.
That's how it is.
You see what I'm saying here? You have to come to the conclusion of who you are as a person. If you're not someone that can handle penny stock trading with the immense volatility, you have no right to touch that ticker, a penny stock. You have no right. If you're not someone that could handle trading a market that's open majority of the week, majority of the hours, it'll make you go mental because you'll be like me now who wakes up at 5 in the morning and jumps and trades on futures. That's a problem. If you're not someone who's about to go to sleep and is like, let me just take one more trade, that's a problem. But you know what I do? I just do 5 to 10 contracts, just so we're clear. I'm gonna tell you right now. I do it, but 5 to 10. I don't go more than 10. So just so we're clear, 5 to 10 contracts. That way, no FOMO, and I get to, you know what, I make a little bit. It's not even about the money, it's that I'm hyped about it. Like I love futures trading. Because in the past, with pre-market and post-market, limit price, it's nonsense, it's all nonsense. So much easier. So understand who you are as a person, JP.
So basically I kind of gave up on trading for a little bit just because I was too confused. I would buy some stuff on Robinhood and just kind of see if the line went up. And and the line goes down, and I didn't even hit sell any, because I didn't know anything about that. So little by little, I kind of like I said, just kept feeding myself information, trying to learn the language of trading, but like I said, I was really confused. And then my friend sent me an Instagram, I guess story or whatnot, and it had to be with Gerald Peters, GP, but it was for real estate because I had bought my second home and renovating, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. I resonated with this guy, but then all of a sudden he starts talking about stocks, and I'm like, oh, okay, he does stocks. And then I just hawked this guy from morning to night because he was just dropping game. And it wasn't only about stocks. The man is just a person to have, like, in life. You know what I'm saying? And this is a older gentleman. I come from a generation about loyalty and respect. I respect anybody who's older than me, because at the end of the day, they've lived longer. I don't know nothing. You know what I'm saying? They've been through it all. So, which is something that's kind of lost nowadays, but that's just who I am. So I just hear wisdom. You know, I understand wisdom when I see it. So he was just dropping a bunch of stuff, and I said, all right, cool. I follow him for a day, a week, 3 months, 6 months, same thing, 8 months, and then I see him do what he does. I'm like, oh, okay, this is not fake, it's for real. Then I started applying it. At the time, he was just showing swing trading. All right, so just to kind of give it context. But like I said, for me, it was more than trading. But that man dropped so much in my head, and he clarified a lot of things for me. Now, I went and I started making some money. The only thing is that I was going through COVID at the time. I was shut down. Thank God I had a home with a pool at the time, and I didn't really feel it too much because I was like my resort. I was just working on the home and just listening to him and doing the stock stuff. But that year after, my partner wanted to, she wanted to move her own way after 11 years. So I was like, all right, cool. This is what you want. Let's do it, whatever the case. But if anybody's ever been through a divorce, separation, especially when there's kids, you can only have control of yourself. You can't control the person.
Hands up, you've been through a divorce. Hands up. Okay. What is that connected to trading like? Letting go of a bad trade if it doesn't work out in your life. You understand what I'm saying here? Why didn't it work out, Stephen, if you want to share?
It was a matter of growth. I wanted to constantly move forward and elevate and, do things. And my partner was happy where she was, and she was okay, and that's why, our paths separated.
Matthew, if you want to share, why did it not work out?
I don't lie.
I don't lie?
I don't lie. I don't like being around liars. I don't know.
Your wife was lying to you?
Yeah.
Okay. And I saw one more hand go up.
Infidelity.
Understood. Now, that's what it is when it comes to trading. Again, I'm going to connect it all back to the chart. What? Divorce and charts? If the trade doesn't work out in your favor, get out of it. Inverse it. Take the other side of it. Simple. JP, I want you to sum up the conversation of what has been helping you lately?
Okay, so I stopped for a while. I was dealing with all that stuff, lost a lot of money. Then when I said, hey, let's get back into what you enjoy, because now these things are kind of behind me and I felt like my focus couldn't be on that. Then when I jumped back and listened to GP, Gerald Peters don't like nobody, but he likes this guy. So if he likes him, I know he's valid. That's all I had to say.
He's right. GP likes nobody.
To me, he's an OG, and
crazy.
He validated him.
Hands up, GP for Lotto 11 again? Hands up all the way? Majority of us, cool. By the way, I met the man multiple times in person. He is the nicest human being you have ever met. What you see on camera, that's not him. He is the nicest person. I'm the crazy one. By the way, you met me now in person. Am I the same person on camera that you see? Hands up, I'm the same person on camera. Boom. He is the nicest human you'll ever meet in your life. He's not that person you see on camera. Boom.
So when I started following you and I started listening to you for a couple months or whatnot, like I said, same thing. There was a consistency. The message was the same. And there was, just like everybody else, you didn't talk about flashy stuff. You didn't talk about this. You didn't talk about your money. You were talking about the root core things of what needs to happen and what needs to, to be in place in this. To me, and everybody can see it different, is me. I think this is a game. To me, it's a game. I have made this I kind of like put the analogy of a circus, all right? And this for me, for like newer traders, so I'm always gonna be for the newer traders, because I felt like I wasted so much time for no reason. If I would have found him first, done, it's a wrap. That's just me just talking the truth. So I realized after all these hits and me listening to all this stuff that this is a circus. This circus has many characters in the circus. So, right, you got people who juggle, you got people who swing.
Wait, trading is circus or social media circus?
No, I'm talking about trading. Oh. The way I see trading is a big tent, and you got all these characters doing different things.
And who are the characters? I never heard this.
Well, the characters, you have clowns and this and that, whatever. For me, is you got short sellers, you got people who go long, you got crypto people, you got people who do options. I didn't know all this stuff. So now it's like, oh, all these people affect the market. Because I didn't understand the market. I just saw it from one lens, and I was looking at Jordan, and then it was like, wait, what's this? What's that? Why am I getting confused? What does these people have to do with anything? So also realizing that I get to choose what I want to do. And I didn't know how to choice like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, so you got to find out what really resonates with you. If option resonates with you, options it is. If it's future, I know, I'm going to go and say, but, and we understand. But what I'm saying is, if it makes sense to you and it works in your favor, right? Then you're going to be gravitated towards that. So you kill it, right? So he was doing penny stocks. The same conversation I had with him. Everybody's like, oh, he does penny stocks, so how, I don't want to do penny stocks. Well, he's not going to show you just penny stocks. He's showing you blue chips. He gravitated to penny stocks, and he gravitated to shorting, because that's all you talked about, right? For the last, what, maybe a year or 2 years,
Year
right?
and a half.
But I tell my fellow peers, I'm like, don't get tunnel vision. This man, if shorting stops, you think this man's going to stop trading? There's no other lane? There's plenty of lanes in the circus, right? He just found the other lane, futures, right? The one great thing is that he gives you the foundation and the blueprint, and you can plug and play any of those characters in that circus, right?
Tomas, by the way, write this down. What I'm going to show you for the next 3 days, does it work with stocks?
Yep.
Forex? Yes, it does. Crypto? Yes, it does. Anyone here for Forex? Because I know Forex, cool. I've always had students come for Forex. This works for everything, just so we're clear. This book is universal for everything. This class is universal for all 3 classes.
We were on a live in December, before the January mentorship. And I was, this is where you're throwing out like, why you guys want to still be watchers and watchers? You're just hitting the watchers. And I'm like, God damn, he's talking to me. Right? I felt like you're talking to me because I was just watching. I wasn't doing nothing. And then one day you're like, I know you're going to be in my mentorship. And I remember that. And the thing is, like, I told myself, how many opportunities have you let slip by your hand because of whatever it was, you know? And I said, don't do it. Don't do it. The man's a great man, just to let you know. I'm not going to say anything other than that. But
pause on the watchers thing. Majority of us are watching as time passes by. That's where the analogy comes from. We're literally watching time passes by, doing menial things. You know, it's funny. People come at me and say, this guy, money's not, you know, I say 99% of your world problems it can be solved by money. You're like, no, it can't. Cool. Last time I checked, majority of the human race waits for the alarm to go off on their phone at 5, 6, whatever the freak it is. And they wake up to make this much money. And you're trying to tell me it's not about money? When everything is about money. Because again, I'll say it again, your alarm goes off and you go and do whatever you do to make this much. You're watching your life pass you by. You're watching your life pass you by. That's all I have to say. That's why I say the watcher's analogy, because you're watching your life pass you by. That's what it is. You know, it's crazy. When I was in Thailand, I was there for 3 months, right? It felt like 6 months. Time moves excruciatingly slow. Since I've been back, why'd you laugh?
I can picture it.
Yeah, why?
It's the narrative that, you know, the storytelling.
Yeah. Insanely slow. And I'm like, what is going on? The day's not moving. New York, a week. A day feels like a week. Hands up, that's true for you as well. When you travel, time slows down. But when you're here in your homeland, yeah. So what's crazy is I love the 3-day mentorship. And for me, it feels like a blink of an eye. And I'm going to close my eyes. I wake up, it's cryotherapy. Some of you are getting leg massages. Some of you are getting, Professor, so cold. Hands up, new kids, hands up. You're not coming to cryo. Like, you can't do it, hands up. Why not? Damn. Okay. But hands up, you're coming to cryo. Put it down. Hands up, you've never done cryo, new students. Hands up, never. Oh, let's go. Majority of you. You're going to love it. You're going to love it. Why are you laughing?
Because it sucks. What I mean is that I tried it recently, and it's really cold.
One time?
No, two times.
That's why. You got to get in the habit of it.
It's really, really cold.
Did you wear underwear or naked?
No, I
You go in there naked?
I go naked, bro. That's really good. Butt naked.
That night, I slept like a baby.
That's the point.
Put a sock right.
Huh? What you say, Jay? What'd you say?
He said naked.
Yeah, my nigga.
Oh man.
My nigga.
Yeah.
I don't like wearing clothes.
Oh, I know, but in the
Bro, in Thailand, my housemate, Cherry,
Wait, isn't that
saw me
negative?
naked.
It's just like negative something.
No, but I'm just, what do you want? I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
I'm trying to pick what.
why am I allowing you, why do I let you come to, why do I do cryotherapy and leg massages and Tesla power energy room that runs? Why am I doing that? Why do I do that? That has nothing to do with this. Or does it? Of course, everything does. Why? Let's go. Not the old students. You know the answers because you already did all these things. New students. Why? Medina. Huh?
Your health as well.
Boom. He said it. And bigger than that too, but nothing bigger than that. What's the other reason I do it? There's another reason actually. Come on.
Bonding, community.
Well, it's always that. Something else. Reward yourself. That's why. Go and get a leg massage. Go and get stuff like this. Reward yourself after doing so well. Why do we have cookies for dinner? Why am I giving you? There's this big, by the way. It's this big. Massive. Pass mentorship. Tell them how good it is. The best cookie you've ever had. I'm telling you right now. Wait on it. Wait on it. Tomorrow. Why? Why am I giving you that? Old new students? It's treat yourself. Folks, you can't live your life just this all day, every day. You gotta treat yourself. For God's sakes, you got one bloody life. You're on this planet one time. No, there's no buts. Reward yourself. I'm cold plunging, saunas, IV therapy. I do everything under the sun, you name it. You gotta do it, man. Gotta do it. Finish up.
Well, just to finish up, so I decided to take that opportunity and say I'm not gonna let this door close, So, and at that point, like I had to have a lot of faith because things weren't happening, things weren't happening. And I even said, hey, I don't think it's gonna happen, and God found a way to make it happen. So I'm very grateful for that and feel blessed because I would have missed out on a great opportunity to see something that you guys will see in the next day or two because I don't care.
Is that why you flew in? Because I said I'm doing futures?
No, I'm committed to that. I'm trying to come to as many as I can. I don't care if I gotta sleep on the street. I'll just pay the flight. I'm here. So, yeah, I'm in this. So, when I lost my train of thought. Where is it going? All right. So, anyways, I made a decision, and what I was saying is that I don't care how many videos, how many lives, how many streams. I don't care. There's nothing that's going to be comparable to watching it live, in person. And seeing it done, and your jaw's just gonna fall. If you've never been here before to see it. So
he's saying when you're gonna see me when the live market's open, I'm gonna say exactly what's gonna happen before it happens. And as Matthew said, crystal ball.
Yeah, he's gonna lay out the plan, and he's gonna say the whole thing, and it's gonna be like wow. So that being said, like I had a couple aha moments, but the major thing for me was because I was so lost in all these type of trading strategies or whatnot, I got to learn about bars. I got to learn about multiple time frames. I got to learn about, what was the other one? Levels, right? Things I wasn't really applying because on swing trades, I just do like one because they're big swings. Like there's nothing really to do. And I was also in the candlestick world, not the bars. Wait, or vice versa, sorry, candlestick. So to me, I had to learn this stuff, but he said what he said, and I'm like, that's it? It's pretty much, that's it. And I was looking for more because this whole world tells you a lot more. No, that's it. I'm like,
stop, write that down. After what I teach you, there is no more. After what I teach you, there is no more. This is it.
Yeah.
After what I teach you, there is no more. Trust me. Thank you, Tony. I'm sorry. Thank you, Tony.
I should have went first.
No, pause for a second. When we were talking, why were you kicking him as you were reading the book? I want to jump off from there. Why did you keep kicking him?
What's kicking me for, man?
Because I love him.
No. There's a reason why. What is he doing that he's I'm assuming deviation or not doing something right? What?
Yeah, you could say that. But
Tell me.
No, yeah, he deviates. But the thing is, he knows it.
Flowers. Tell me what's going on with you.
Man, I ain't deviating. They just talking mad smack. Look, I'm gonna keep it real. Stock market, the only time I saw that was in that movie with Eddie Murphy, Trading Places. It was a good movie. You the first person, they taught me this. I walked away from the bars for like 13 years, so I was trucking for a long time. I was just listening to like motivational stuff or whatever. And Bradley came on, and when he was talking, I've been a hustler since like 13, meaning I've been ripped off left and right. So I could tell when someone's BSing. And when you start speaking, I just heard truth. And then I would like sit there and follow your lives here and there on Instagram, and how you were breaking down the levels and the trends and how candles were moving. Yo, I don't know nothing about this, but I knew that you knew what you were talking about. So that's the only reason I came in January. I got it, whatever. I would talk with Pretty all the time, like, yo, when do I go in? When do I go in? Like, just playing with it, right? Because it is all about consistency for me. The last time I came, you taught me the A+ setup. So I could just see myself getting stronger and stronger, piece by piece.
Pause. That's the key part I want you to remember. As more as you tackle this, the better you get. Hands up, you played video games when you were kids. What was your favorite thing to do with your character? Level up. Who said that? Bruno, right? Breno. Breno, how did you level up your character? By doing what? Hey, that's where I got the analogy from, by the way. My book, from a video game. Write that down. You are your video game character. Right or wrong, Brittany? What game did you play? You didn't play it? Okay. You're leveling up your character by what he just said, piece by piece by piece. I hope to see more you guys in November. Right back. I don't know about you, Rod, but I hope you do. I know, it's New Zealand, but Tony.
He kicking my check. He be giving me a hard time because I be playing with him a lot. I be talking like mad smack. And plus the lifestyle that I lived. So now I'm back at the bars and I be talking crazy, right? But it's simple, not simple. The one time I was alive when your boy was eating me up, GT, and he was like, how do you even change when you read the news? And I was like, man, what you talking about is levels, candles, multiple time frames. That's all it really is, that's all it is.
I know.
But I know he's doing other styles, that's why he get mad.
Different strategy.
Yeah, so, but to me, like I said, I still don't know nothing about the stock market, I don't. I got my wins, and when I take my losses, it's because I do it. Like, I begin to like, oh, nah, I gotta write this out, You know what I'm saying? I get to...
Pause, did you see what he just said? He causes his own losses. That's you as well. You cause your own losses, you cause your own wins. You decide if you want to hit sell or not. Keep going, Tony.
I mean, yeah, like, I get too excited sometimes, you know what I'm saying? So, but when I take a win, like you always say, man, I could have got more, man, I should have got more. So, like, it is about the mind state. It depends how can I say this? You gotta know yourself.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So, and I know myself. But yeah, dog, I can't.
Thank you.
Can't say nothing more.
I appreciate it. Thank you guys for sharing. Questions open to the group for any of them. Put your hands up and go ahead. Ms. Diaz.
Have any of you blown your accounts since joining this mentorship? Any accounts or anything like that?
Since mentorship?
Yeah, like since joining any of his, well, the first mentorship, have you blown any account?
If you do, it's because you went totally against everything he said.
I like that.
Because this right here will not allow you to blow your account.
The way I'm going to show you, Diaz, impossible.
Professor, what's the is it small losses? What's it?
Write this down. Let's go. Ready? 4 rules to learn. 4 rules to absorb. 4 rules to know. Ready? Small wins. Small losses. Big wins. Break even. That's it.
I think you have to like clarify.
What was number 1? Who wants to tell me? Steven, what did I say?
Small wins.
What does that mean?
Take profits. You know, that's what when you say that small wins, take, small little take profits. Don't to wait for it to go up and crash.
What's number 2? Miss Christina.
Small losses.
What do I mean by that?
That means you made a good play, you had a small loss.
When you saw, did you watch the live trading videos last week?
I'm really bad with time. So I watch.
So, can I share a little bit, Matthew, about you? Matthew sold the company for, let's just say, more money than you can humanly imagine. He sold his company and he put it in the market, blindly trading. Yeah. And I'm like, and he's showing me, I'm not going to say the dollar, it's crazy. He just said it, but it's much bigger than what he's saying. I said, what are you doing? Stop. Stop. I think you traded 2 days back to back, and I said, stop. Yeah. You took some big losses. Yeah. I said, please, just wait for the class. Stop, because the amount was madness. And he's here.
Yeah, so I kind of, I put the money into experiment. Like, I'm going to lose it all. That was kind of my thought. I put it in. I wanted to see, kind of like, do all these different things and see how I'm a civil engineer, so I wanted to create my own metrics based off my own, like, thoughts and patterns. So I put the money in thinking I'm going to do an experiment. Experiment successful, you got to go learn before you do it. And listen.
Pause. I like that. He had the money to burn because God bless, he's a blessed man. He had a successful business, sold it, made what he made. And he's like, let me try the market. Let me see his own style, his own way, lost, and now he's here to do it the right way.
Yeah.
Boom. So the point I'm trying to say is, like he was saying, stop looking at the money. I know, madam, with the options, I get it. But that has to be gone. Because here's the thing. Ready? Write this down. Ready? Money is a lagging indicator to success. Money is a lagging indicator to success. Say it the third time. Money is a lagging indicator to success. Money will eventually come. Your accounts will eventually grow. But you have to start the process first. As Tomas whispered, we just trade level to level. And the market gives us, did you ever see a live trading video of me ever saying, all right, I'm going to make $100 today. I'm going to make $300 today. You ever heard that? Physically impossible. Physically impossible unless someone wants to argue me. How the freak can you log in and say, I'm going to make this much today? That's impossible. Entrepreneurs, hands up. What's your business? Oh, okay, perfect. The detailing business. When are you going back to Indiana? Tuesday. Wednesday, do you know how many customers you're going to have?
Yeah, I know exactly what I'm doing next week.
Sorry?
I'm doing an apartment complex next week.
That's all you're doing, right?
Yeah.
Once that's done, do you know what customers you're getting? Do you have that ready to go?
For October, yeah.
What about November? No. Why not?
Not booked yet.
Why not?
Not there.
No one's found him yet to give him his money. How dare you say the market's going to give you something tomorrow? That's how I think about the market. Every time I sit there and get, all right, let's rock and roll, baby. I have no clue what's coming out of the market. Understood? Keep going. Question, Christina, your hand went up. Oh, anybody else? Questions for the boys? Medina.
For you guys, so you have like a set rule. I guess he does talk about it in the newer book, right? I don't know if any of
How to be a consistent trader journal checklist?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like in that checklist, like I would like to maybe talk about like what are your different stop losses, or like what are your different methods of like understanding this is it for my trade, right? That's something I struggle with at least.
Let me show you that live, Medina.
Okay, so
that's something. Your question is a live question.
Sure.
There's some questions you can ask like this, but then there's a question live.
Yeah.
Like nothing beats it when the market's actually printing. Okay. That's that. Boom. Because we're going to talk about that. Because before we even enter, we're going to have that ready to go. I've never done it before. So tomorrow 6 p.m. By the FYI, you're all the first class to ever get 2 live trading days. That's never happened in the existence of the classes. Because of futures. Eugene?
I kind of have an answer.
Tell him tomorrow. I wanted to see it live.
As far as stop losses, yeah, but as far as position sizing, I would say try not to put more than like 3% of your account.
No, I don't do the position sizing. Yeah, it's 1 to 3, and I'd never even do more than twice in a trade.
Yeah, I think if you stick to that, you don't really run a high risk of blowing up your account unless you're doing something crazy.
And my stop loss is usually 5%.
So like of a trade.
Don't do it like that. See, that's why I'm going to do
So
it
that's
live.
why
Don't.
I see
Yeah,
it.
I know. That's why I said live.
That's why.
For you to see it, remember, what's the best way to learn? Talking about it or you doing the thing?
Doing it.
I have to show you because that is very dangerous what you just said. You don't put, yeah. Any final thoughts? We're good? Let's rock and roll. See you guys. That was the conversation of success and failure stories. Listen, you don't want to be here. You think everything's a scam. I agree with you. Use the free course. Unsubscribe, unfollow, go somewhere else. I know the market doesn't work. Candles don't work. Levels don't work. Nothing works. I know. Go learn there. But the rest of you, free course, daytradeprofessor.com. Then get the book. Then come to the class. But do not sign up for the class first. Use the free course. Maybe you don't like the way I talk. Maybe you don't like JP. Sorry. You don't like JP for some reason. Doesn't matter. Come or don't, it doesn't affect me. I'll see you in class. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate you all.
It's been great. I mean, it's basically another level of detail, and you know, like all of the stuff that he gives with free content is amazing too. But then it just comes down to another level of very specific things that you can follow, specific things to look for, specific things to follow, and then really just having him there to be able to ask those questions, anything that comes up in your mind at any time. He's never too busy. He's always ready to answer the questions, that's the best thing for sure. It's awesome because I come across a wide spectrum of people. So there's some people that, like, we had somebody that came in as a full-time crypto trader, so it was kind of cool to hear what he thought of what the professor was teaching, and he actually made out by integrating what he was already doing, which was making, and then he's integrating what the professor taught him, just like, I should say a simple method, I won't go into detail, but he just integrated that into his already growing strategy, and he's killing it even just from today. So, and then everybody else is just, it's so cool to meet people from different cultures, different countries, different backgrounds, and just hear about, you know, what they're all about, and then just share the space with them. I would say if you're watching him, it's already for a reason. So you already have the initial curiosity. That's really all you need, because if your goal is just to make money, or if you're just curious about this trading thing, never dipped your toe in the pond or anything like that, by far, I would say he's the best one I've ever come across. Definitely not just by performance-wise and what his method teaches. He's just a solid guy. Like, that's really what drew me to him more than anything, is I listened to the other stuff, not just what he was doing with the trading, but the background of, you know, how charitable he is, and just his view on life. We very much aligned with that. And so that's another thing that I would say too, for anybody that's new, that's viewing him. If you're being energetically pulled to him, if you're really feeling like, man, this feels like a good dude, like this is somebody that I just like to follow, even putting aside the stock stuff, then just go for it, because you're really in good hands. I mean, that's exactly how I followed it. So yeah. Man, I appreciate you, brother. I don't even know if I can really say it into words. You know, I've always felt a connection even from a distance, and then, you know, when we first met, because I think he even felt it too, just from our conversations in the lives, because I would hop on the lives, and he'll remember, he knows. But, you know, this obviously is not going to be the last time he sees me. I want to really kind of, you know, his dream now kind of feels like my dream. I want to see that happen for him so much that, yeah, it's kind of hard to put into words, but I hope he can feel what I'm putting out there.
Hey, you're late to class. What are you doing? Sit down. Let's go. The book. Get your notebook. We got work to do right now. Listen, if you want to sign up, come to the mentorship. Guys, what do you think? Learned a lot? Pull up. Listen, but you're late. Let's go. Page 33. Help him, Sam. Page 33 right here. That's the page you need to go in the book, right? Some people? So let's go. Get the notebook ready. Page 33. Click down below. Make it happen. I'll catch you in class. Boom.